Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to Castor Art and More. This is the place to come if you want to just chat, relax. If you're a beginner painter and you want to get started painting, need a little encouragement, come on in. Talk to us. Talk to me. And you can also learn some tips and trips on getting started. Well, welcome back, ASD. Not a problem. As I was saying, I hope it doesn't interfere with your trip up north. That time is getting pretty close. Oh, I was up most of the night last night myself. I then went to bed till about 5 o'clock this morning. Laid down for a while, got up about 10:30, 11, something like that. But I did take a little bit of a nap earlier for about an hour. I just heated up this coffee too. That air conditioner must be blowing right on it. Ah, well, I'm assuming there's somebody there that can take care of them. Of course, you could always board them at a pet place. That's what we did with our dog Milo when we had the hurricane. One of the hurricanes coming through, we had to board him 2 different times. What's up, Ken? How you doing, buddy? You're late. You're late, and you're late. Well, that's the best thing to do for them. The vet will definitely take good care of them. So there's nothing to worry about. There's nobody knows better how to take care of an animal than a vet. My dog Milo did not like it. I can tell you that much. In fact, he refused to eat for about 3 days. But I'm pretty confident that if it went another day, he probably would have ate because he was getting pretty hungry by then. But then again, Milo is a very, very possessive dog. You were just watching? I don't believe you. I'd rather find you than believe you. The heck, gotta have some fun around here. You probably were, Ken, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna mess with you. It won't save you. I'm still gonna mess with you anyway. I gotta get some fun out of this somehow. Yes, we all know our pets the best, ASD. But you gotta have some faith in your veterinarian because that's what they're there for. They've been trained to take care of an animal and they'll make sure that they're okay. And the other thing is you'll know that they're there and they're safe and they're being taken care of. Milo was a very much a loner. I mean, he really didn't. They had him in a his own area by himself because he really is a loner dog. He doesn't really like other dogs that much. He gets along with them okay, but he doesn't really like to play with them or anything. When he was a puppy, he did a little bit, but now he don't. He thinks he's human anyway, so that's the problem with Milo, my dog. Thinks he's human. Recon, how you doing, buddy? You're late. That'll cost you. Look what I got, Ken. I got a little cup of coffee today. The one I got from Trinity. Well, the pizza might upset your stomach more, ASD. It would me. I sure would like to know where all the people were that was coming here and keep disappearing. And we get people that just come around for a little while, then they just, phew, gone. I don't get it. I mean, YouTube does offer advertising, but I can't afford it right now. It's not real expensive, but it's expensive enough. But where I could flood YouTube with ads to get people to come in. But if I could afford it, I'd probably do some of that advertising, but I can't afford that. Of course, if I had Recon's money, I could throw mine away. Just saying. Is that better? I'll put the mic closer to my mouth. Is that better? Hello? Check 1, 2, 3. Yes, YouTube takes at least that much. But the advertising I have to pay for, totally, if I want to advertise. I can actually advertise the channel, but it costs money to do it. Just a little better? Really? Okay. Take the hammer, hit the tablet, that'll fix it. Simple. Because I'm full blasting here. My meter shows it's going right to the top. But I'll adjust it some more. Okay. All right. I just added about 50%. Is that better? Does that help you? Can you hear me better? Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. Is that better or do I need to make it louder? Hello? Yes, I tried YouTube, buddy, and it's expensive. I canceled it after like 1 or 2 months. They have so many different. You start at the beginner part, then and then you only get 1 or 2 little things to get you encouraged, and then to do the next thing the thing you want to do, you got to pay again to go to the next level to get that. And then if you want something else, you got to go to another level. Before you know it, you're paying $100 a month or more for this YouTube buddy. Absolutely ridiculous. You got a new video up? All right, good. I was at your channel yesterday, and of course you probably can't tell, but I did like 4 of them and pulled them up, looked at them, the gaming ones you got there. So I thought I'd, return the favor to you. It's only right. And give you some likes and all that good stuff. Yeah, I did. I thought for that YouTube buddy toward the beginning when I was back at the group home still. Other people recommended it, so I tried it because I had a little bit of money then, not much, but a little bit. So I thought I'd try it. It didn't help me at all. None. Zero. At all. It was a waste of money. I wish I could get that money back I spent because it was a waste. Oh, you do? Okay, well, some people don't allow that. You can check that off if you don't want the emails. And some people do. So I don't know if you get emails or not until you tell me. I do too. Every time somebody comments on a video, I get an email. And that's the way I want it. And, now if I had 100,000 people commenting, no, I wouldn't want to be able to, I wouldn't want that. I'd have to just go in and just manually go in and probably be a lot more selective on comments. Yeah, see, you could have got a membership for less than that. And a chance to get a free print. Forget the cashews. You keep the cashews, buddy. I got Ken's favorite again tonight. Look, Ken, I got your favorite tonight. Oh, and this is Recon's favorite too. And he likes these too. Jenny bought them for me too. I used to love cashews. But every time I bought them, Recon, I'd buy a can of them. And Caitlin would come by the house. I opened a can to get some. And they'd be all gone. Caitlin loves them too. Well, if you ain't figured out YouTube screws up all that shit all the time by now, then you'll never figure it out. But I guarantee you 100%, I liked 4 videos. Guarantee you. I'd swear on the Bible. Homemade tacos tonight. I use that same blend of cheese when I do homemade tacos. My wife, Frances, don't really care about homemade tacos, but once in a while I'll get away with getting the stuff to make them, and She'll go along with it because she knows I like them. And I actually buy the Taco Bell sauce. You can buy the mix for Taco Bell. And it tastes about the same. They're not bad. They're not bad at all. I don't use cream cheese in tacos anyway. I use sour cream. Sour cream, yeah. I didn't leave any comments, ASD. I just did a like on 4 of them. Just so you don't look for comments. Yeah, I love sour cream on mine too. Heck yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. In fact, I like the extra sour cream on mine. No problem, ASD. Take your time. Most wimpy people don't like sour cream, Recon. We understand. It's that executive type that don't like sour cream, you know. They're not used to the poor man's land. The guys make the big bucks. They don't want sour cream. They want caviar. I've actually had caviar before. I really don't know what the big thrill is with caviar. I really don't. I wouldn't give you a plugged nickel for it. But I've served it before when I was younger in a restaurant, and it tastes like ground up. It looks like and feels like ground up, coffee grounds. It's worthless. Why people like it and are willing to pay so much for it is beyond me. It's gotta be an ego thing for the stars in the big shots. Caviar. You might as well make poop dip and call it the best thing in the world and sell it to them. That's about the way it is. You weren't here. I closed all the memberships on Patreon. I shut it right down. And you wouldn't have and if you had Patreon, you wouldn't have a S by your name anyway. You only get the S by your name if you're a membership here on YouTube, the place I've been trying to get you to sign up to, where you get all the benefits, But you're not listening. I wish I worked with you, Recon. I would have a ball with you. Whew. I'd probably lose my job after a day or two, but I'd have a ball. Now, you've never had that little S by your name. In fact, when you become a member, if you look at ASD's name, your name color will change just like his did. And that green S is for the first month. As the months go by, they change color automatically and tells people how long you've been a member. So you actually get credit for being a member longer and longer and longer because it changes color. And you also get special icons to use. If you look at their comments, you'll see that they actually have special icons like the one up top here, their Kim Castor art icon. 6 people. I'm the only one talking to you. Tell the 5 people that you're listening to in your ear to be quiet. And wait till I'm done telling you. Ah, poor Recon. I'll stop talking and let you listen to the other 5. Let me know when you want to resume the conversation. I shut them down about 2 weeks ago. I shut all of Patreon down. After exploring Patreon and looking at all the benefits side by side with YouTube's memberships, I just feel very strongly that YouTube offers way more benefits than Patreon. And YouTube membership interacts with YouTube. So even in chat here, you can see the YouTube membership interacts with YouTube itself, with the chat, with our forums, the comments, everything you do, it interacts with it. You also get special other benefits, like say I want to do a private membership only chat. I can click that and only members can come in that chat. There's all kinds of benefits there if you read the list under the join part. There'll also be like a drawing, like every 4 months you get a free print, stuff like that. Why can you only be in your hometown for 1 day? That doesn't make sense. It's a free country. You can stay there however long you want to. I mean, you may have to get a motel if you can't find anybody to stay with, but nobody can stop you from staying in your hometown for however long you want to. Or stay with one relative, then another one, or whatever if you got more relatives. Yeah, I know you have only a week. I don't know how long it takes you to get up there, but I mean, I've driven to New Hampshire in 24 hours. It's a long drive, believe me, nonstop, but I mean, I've done it many times. And Mass is before New Hampshire, so you probably make it to Mass in 20 hours, but that's a straight through drive. So, but even if you took 2 days both ways, you still would have a couple of days, 3 days, something like that. Well, I don't know. Maybe you need to take a little bit longer vacation. Is there anything stopping you from taking a longer vacation? Take 9 or 10 days instead of 7. Of course, if you flew up, it would be faster. You'd have more time. And frankly, if you had booked your flight ahead of time, you could get a flight cheaper than driving. And I'm not kidding. My wife and I went to New Hampshire and back, round trip, which we had to plan it ahead of time, a month or two ahead of time. But we went round trip for $259 for both of us. You can't pay for the gas going to Massachusetts up and back for that much money. That ain't going to happen. Not to eat and all that stuff. The little one wants to play and you're dealing with a smart-ass teenager, huh? Yeah, I know you're driving ASD, but I'm just saying, if you had booked a flight ahead of time, you probably could have got a ticket cheaper than you could drive. And I'm saying this is the truth. My daughter Nancy just got a ticket round trip to Mississippi for $37. You got to look at different days, ASD. I'm telling you, I've done this for years. One day it'll be $450 a piece. 2 days later, it's $150 a piece. Priceline. That Google one, there's a new Google one for flying too. My daughter uses that. And it just depends on the day. You got to just find the day that you can get the cheapest price. I mean, I had to look for a while when I booked my wife and mine. I mean, at one point when I first started looking, I'm not kidding you, it was over $800 and something, and that was years ago. And I went into like a month and a half in advance, and I got both tickets, not one, both, for $259 or something like that, or $279 round trip, which was an incredible price. I couldn't drive there for that much. Right now it's too late because you need to go like on the 8th, so you ain't got time to look now, unfortunately. The only thing you could do now is extend your vacation a day or two more. That's about all you could do. Since you're driving, it really don't matter when you come back as long as you find a way to extend it. Cover your bases here at home or whatever, and then go from there. Yeah, I couldn't believe what Nancy paid for them. I couldn't believe it. They were nothing. You couldn't get a bus for that kind of money. I guess it's when they're not booked up and they want to book them seats all up. They give them to you cheap. Woo! $1,400 to board the dogs. Wow. Maybe you should put an ad in the paper and see if there's anybody that would watch him that can. There's people that do it at home too that watch dogs. That are set up to do that. They don't really advertise much, but they do. That's possible. Yeah, Nancy just got the ticket for just now when she brought Kirsten up. Round trip, they're under $40 a piece. I mean, dirt cheap. That's up where Trinity lives, which is an 8-hour drive. You can't hear? Clean your ears out, Velvet. Well, I mean, it has opened up some ASD. I mean, if a vet will watch them, I would think there's people out there that could watch them, that are set up to do that are in business to do boarding of some sort. It doesn't hurt to put something up on Facebook or somewhere and ask if anybody has a legal boarding place that's reasonable. The worst that could happen is no replies, or people would say no, or you never know. You might find somebody that does. I think my vet charged me for Milo, which is just one dog. I think it was $100 for 3 days. And I live in a small town too, a very, very small town. If you blink, you've gone through it. There's one red light in the middle of town. That's it. One. Well, I don't know. You may have to go to the next town over or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas, you know. You never did come over yesterday, did you, Velvet? She can't hear me. I was going to ask her if Timmy got the wood too. I told him about. I guess I'll have to type it. Hey, Annie. Yeah, that's quite the drive. And you definitely have to stop for the dogs pretty often to go to the bathroom and whatnot. I didn't stop a whole lot for food usually. I'm doing okay. How you doing, Annie? We kind of packed a cooler to help with all that. Well, that's too bad. Huh. Well, that was pretty crappy. They put it up. It was free, too. He's going to Massachusetts, near Boston. I thought you were going back home today, Annie. Did you decide to stay longer? Wrong. I thought you were going to Boston. Oh, you're going to Manchester, New Hampshire. Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, I used to live in Manchester, New Hampshire. Not very long. I lived there about 6 months. Are you going home tomorrow, Annie? Okay. But I thought you was going home today for some reason. So I assume you got relatives up in Manchester, New Hampshire then. Yes, good night. Does that mean you're leaving already, Annie? That was fast. Well, it sounds like you got a busy itinerary then. Bed and breakfast, huh? Your back's hurting? I'm sorry to hear that. Getting offline won't make your back feel better, Annie. I'm just saying. We'll distract you, though. Maybe it won't hurt so much. Ken will sing a couple lullabies for you or something. I'll bring him up on the mic up here. All right, Ken, start singing the lullaby. I don't guarantee what it'll sound like, but I'll probably never get Ken to come up on here anyway. He'd probably chicken out. I think I'm getting evil, Recon. I was watching Matt today. You know, the guy with the marmalade, the rooster. I was going to leave him a comment that said, hey, Matt, I want to let you know I love marmalade on my toast. I figured he might get upset. All righty, ASD. Well, thanks for coming back on anyway, buddy. Take care. Hope things work out good for you. We'll see you tomorrow night. Stay safe and healthy, and hope you feel well so you can get off to a good trip. Good night. Nothing worse than feeling crappy on a vacation. Boy, Ken's awful quiet. When I volunteered him to sing, he just shut right up, didn't he? Clammed up. Let's see. Today's connection. This month's been a little better than last month, for sure. 15.44 download. 0.70 upload. It's been a little bit better this month. Of course, I've been trying to keep track of making sure the phones weren't using Wi-Fi all the time and stuff like that, so that might be why. Probably is. Wake up, Ken. You can't kid us. You fell asleep again, I bet. He's probably watching that old TV show, I Dream of Jeannie, wishing he could have a genie in a bottle. Minnie, she hasn't been around in quite a while. She's too busy hugging up on that grandbaby. She don't know who we are anymore. I might cry. By the time the child is 18, she might come back and say hi. Maybe. But you know how women are with babies, especially grandchildren. I know. I got 15 grandchildren and 2 great grandchildren, and I know how my wife is with grandchildren. I don't even exist anymore. Since we started having grandchildren, she don't even know who I am. I could leave for a week and come back and she'd never even notice. She'd probably go, "Who the hell are you?" You're gaming. I'm on here and crafting. So you're gaming, you're crafting, and you're on here. Well, aren't we a multitasker tonight? How about that? It dropped down to 4, so that must mean, did Annie run away again? No, we don't live in New York, I don't think. Oh my goodness. And you've lost your headphones. I'm not going to type Velvet. Recon can type. This has got to be good for something. Yeah, I know, but I thought I talked her out of it, but I guess not. Huh. Something bothering her, her hair, her nose, her big toe. Yeah. Okay. Well, you need to get some extra pairs of earbuds. Oh, we know how that is. If my mother read about it someplace, she had it. My mother had every disease known to man, and then some. If she read about it and them symptoms, any symptom matched the symptoms she ever had, she had it. And that's even after her doctor told her that she was as healthy as a horse. I'm just the opposite. I know I have issues and I don't even want to talk about them. I don't even tell anybody, including my wife most of the time. When I go to the VA, when I come home, actually most of the time she don't even ask me. She don't even ask. I guess she figures I'm okay because I came home. She's probably just going, damn it, made it home again. God, I was hoping they'd keep him. But I'd show up again. Ah. Thank you, Recon. Why don't you be a brave man and jump up on camera so we can see some of your issues? I know it'll scare the ladies, but we can take that chance. So why don't I put the link out and you can join up and we'll all see what the real Recon looks like. Probably pretty close to that skeleton face on his icon. Probably be a pretty close resemblance. We know he's bald. Probably fat from all them tacos and pizza. Probably has a lot of bee stings from not long ago. And a broken leg from a skateboard or two. And probably cut up hands from beating on his car when it wouldn't run. Am I getting close, Recon? Am I hitting home? Home run? All right. Okay. I'll hold you to that. I will hold you to it. Maybe we'll get Ken to do that one day too. I think I can get 6 or 10 people up here. I think the only ones I brought up here were Brad, Jennifer, and ASD. Wake up, Ken. I got some candy corn for you, Ken. We don't care about all the noise. We're all used to the noise. We all have children and grandchildren and air conditioners that make lots of noise and everything else. Dogs, ducks. I had a funny feeling I probably would be one of the first ones, or the first. But it's nice to put a face to a name. I mean, you and Ken are basically my right and left hands on here. Mods, you're the ones that are here basically every day. So it's kind of good to see a face to the who they are. I was up till 5 o'clock in the morning last night. I actually stayed out here in the studio watching TV on Netflix. I was actually going to paint. And actually, when I got to the point where I was going to paint, my stomach was feeling upset. So I didn't. I finally did make myself go to bed. But I only slept till about 11 o'clock. I did take a nap this afternoon for about maybe an hour. Because I had things I had to do anyway during the day today. Routine stuff on the RV. Pass the word. We could use the 300 people. I'll stay as long as there's people here. I don't care if it's 8 hours. You get 300 people here, 300 people in here. I'm live until they're all gone. I don't care if it's 8 or 10 hours. I'll stay alive. You got a whole week to pass the word. We'll see how many show up. Ken, you go to the same lives that Recon does. You tell everybody you see. Recon's going to be live. That fixes your wagon. Ken will do it. Ha 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 ha. Ken will do it. Won't you, Ken? Ha 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 ha. The camera I got going now is one of my best webcams. The Logitech 920. This is the one that quit last night. I had a hell of a time getting this thing fired up again tonight. Don't know why, but for some reason my USP kept not wanting to see it. Well, that's terrible. You missed out on all them tickets and everything else. My goodness. Speaking of tickets, do you have any tonight? In fact, I don't even know if you did last night. I think we skipped the subject last night. I feel robbed that you didn't have any tickets tonight. What's up with that? I think Ken might have deserted us. You might be right though. He might be. He's fell asleep on that phone again. I think. Might have dropped his beer. Can't find it. Monday Night Football, maybe. I said, "What's up with the tickets? You haven't got one today or yesterday? I don't think I even asked you yesterday. No tickets today either." Yeah, if I do, I don't think you've scratched any in a few days, have you? Well, if you did, you didn't tell us anyway. No bingo, no crossword, no nothing. Five $1 bingo tickets, won $1. Oh, how do you do a bingo ticket for $1? What do you have to get? Three letters in a row or something? That's it. Two letters in a row. I mean, standard bingo is like 5 letters in a row. I mean, $1 ticket, I would think would only be like two or three. Velvet, you still here? Oh, it's like tic tac toe. Well, why don't they just call it tic tac toe then instead of bingo? Oh, I see. Well, that's three. Okay, three. Three in a row. Well, I guess it's probably limited entertainment, $1 value that most likely you'll lose. The only time I get $1 ticket normally is if there's like I know I'm gonna spend X amount of dollars on tickets and there's $1 left over. Maybe $2 left over. Then I might get a $1 or $2 tickets. But normally I don't buy the dollar tickets anymore. Very rarely. I actually pretty lucky on them though. I got one the other day. The first one I got of the new ones that came out. I think they're called Hot. Got the Hot symbol, which is a win all. Um, 5 numbers, and $4 under each one for $20 on $1 ticket. Can't complain about that. So I'm never going to buy any more of those because I've already beat that ticket. I'll be able to say at least I beat that one. Boom, 20 times the money. So I crossed that one off my list. I won't get it again. I'll get a different dollar one that I haven't won on, a good one on. I've actually hit a 200 on a $1 ticket before, and 100 many times, many years ago. Now that's a boom. $100 on a $1 ticket, that's a boom. That's a great win. Lately, I had to say that. Lately with the question mark. Well, I haven't either because I haven't been able to afford to buy any anyway. Very few. Velvet, did you leave? Probably can't hear me. If we were still back at the group home and we didn't have that big pay cut we took, and I had the money then, or I had extra money then, I should have started a scratch channel. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. My live video normally makes about 3 cents. This video we're doing right now will make about 3 cents. When I do a painting like that painting I just did, the waterfall one, it made a whopping 17 cents. Cost me $20 to paint it, but I made 17 cents. Yeah, big money, all right. Right. Yep. I wish I was making what AR Platinum was making. Whew. Yeah, that's about right, about 3 cents. Although my average live, if we have about 6 people, yeah, we're still here. Makes a, between 17 and 23 cents. So when we do this live, that's about what we usually average, 17 to 23 cents, something like that. That's a whopping amount, Recon. Oh, yeah. Can't even hit the quarter. If that's what you call big money, okay. If it wasn't for the super chats and stuff like that, I I never would have been able to get up to the first $100 that I'm going to get here the next month or two. At the current rate, it'll take probably 4 to 5 months to get another 100. Yeah, but it cost me $200 to get that much money a month. We call that retirement money? Huh. I need to be averaging about. Need to put that decimal over to the right a couple of numbers there. 437 a month. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I noticed that. My Jenny was complaining about it, and Nancy said it was down too. And I noticed that things weren't moving very well there. Yep, the feds probably shut them down for the day. It's back up now. I just checked Facebook a while ago. It's finally back up. Yeah, I saw that, and that's probably what did it. That's probably what shut it down. Probably they were afraid the feds are going to start going in there and investigating and getting all kinds of evidence against them. So they shut it down long enough to get rid of the evidence. Most likely, that's what happened. Most likely. YouTubes are going to be coming out where we can have like an administrator for our channels pretty soon, too. And guess who the sucker is that's going to be the administrator on my channel? Oh, they'd fix it. There's more than one server. Facebook runs off a cloud. There's thousands of servers. It'd take more than somebody pissing on one to take it down. That's all cloud based. Hey, I'm a legitimate computer tech. Can I come work for you, Recon? I have the certifications and everything too. Yep, you're on. You think? Yep. I'm not sure when that's going to come available, but it's supposed to be sometime soon. I think I can do it partially right now. I'm not sure, but I think I can do it partially now. I have to look into it more. Actually, I can weld. I don't know if I'm considered fabulous, but I know I can weld. I used to build when I was younger. I mean, a lot younger. I used to build trailers with a guy. We'd buy all new steel and build trailers. We used to build them to haul backhoes and bulldozers and whatever and stuff like that. I could silver solder. I worked for a company for a while, temporarily in Troy, New Hampshire, because my uncle was one of the superintendents. He actually called me down from up in northern New Hampshire because they lost all the people that could silver solder, and it was a company that made the cutters for all the cars and trucks that cut all the carpet and stuff like that. those cutters they had to be special and perfect, and so they needed somebody that could braze and silver solder, and I could. So they brought me down there for a couple of weeks. They paid me really damn good money too, and I repaired a bunch of their cutters, and even built one or two new ones according to the blueprints they had. Hell, back then they paid me like, and I'm talking about a long time ago, 30 years ago. They paid me like $15 an hour, which was really good money back then. But I stayed with my aunt and uncle there for the 2 weeks, so I got free room and board on top of it. Aha. They use MIG welders. I've used MIG welder and stick. In fact, in one place I welded. Of course, they didn't go through that kind of scrutiny, but I I used to build the framework for water softener things. I mean, I never went through any real formal training or anything. The guy that taught me how to weld was an engineer, and he had a backhoe business and a bulldozer business and all that stuff. He did all of his own stuff. He was a really good welder. He taught me how to weld. I never did anything with aluminum. I'm sure I could learn that easy enough, probably, and plastic. But I don't know. I learned from him. He was real good at it. My best friend, who lives down here in Florida now, his father was a master plumber, and they had a big plumbing business. My best friend was a master plumber, so we had to weld and braze and all that stuff there too, and silver solder pipes, and for commercial jobs and private homes and whatever. So I got by anyway. I don't claim to be a professional at it. So I guess I'd get fired within the first day. I know guys that claim to be welders that I could weld better than they could because their welding sucked. I'm not kidding. I mean, I know guys that claim to be good welders and they were not good welders at all. Yeah, I'm too old for all that crap anyway. Hell, I can't even hardly see anymore. I guess that leaves me out. Oh well. Yeah, Heliarch. Yeah, I knew a few guys that were pretty good at it. In fact, I broke an aluminum housing on a C6 transmission once, many years ago, and a friend of mine, he was really good at heliarching, aluminum welding, and he welded that sucker back together, and it worked fine. Never had a problem with it. Well, I'm not going to brag on my welding. I can tell you that much. I know I'm far from the best or great. My welds always held good. They looked good. When I built trailers, of course, when you're building trailers to resale for reselling, you have to have good welding, and they have to hold, especially when you're carrying backhoes and bulldozers and a lot of weight. Mine always held. I never had a weld break. Never. So I guess I did okay. But I know there's guys out there that are like super good at it. In fact, the guy that worked with me when I first did my first MIG welding on them trailers, I was a stick welder until then, and he taught me to do the MIG welding. I mean, it was nice. It was MIG welding was great as far as I was concerned. I learned on an old Lincoln welder with sticks. That's the benefit of being a supervisor. When somebody don't show, you go. Yes, sir. That's called the supervisor privilege. You get to do it all. And you have to do it all anyway. A good supervisor has to be able to do the whole damn job. Simple as that, as far as I'm concerned. You can't tell people what to do if you don't know what the hell to do yourself. That's been my policy all my life. If you can't do the job, don't expect anybody else to do it. Hey, Velvet, can you hear yet? Velvet. Lincoln welders are great. I mean, I've always considered them one of the best welders out there. I mean, they're always great. I never had a problem with one. Not really. I learned on one, stick welding. They're great welders. The one I learned on was probably a little over 50 years old. The first time I welded, I was 13. That's when I learned how to weld. I was 13 years old. In fact, I learned how to run a backhoe and a bulldozer when I was 13 also. Yeah, they are great machines. They definitely are. If you think of it, next time we're on tomorrow night, remind me to tell you the story of when I was running a backhoe at 13 years old and filling up dump trucks and what happened. Stay tuned tomorrow for that story. It is now 1:20, so we're going to shut her down for the night. We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes, rather. That's what I meant, not 1:20. So I might as well get the heck on out of here. Recon, Ken, if you're still there sleeping, wake up and turn your phone off. Velvet, y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all coming. And we'll see you all tomorrow night. But remind me to tell you that story. It's a really good story tomorrow. And I'll definitely tell you a great story about a 13-year-old being accused of smashing up a dump truck and what happened. Everybody have a good night. Appreciate y'all coming. Y'all stay healthy and safe. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Same time as always. Good night, everyone.